Hello there and a very good Monday morning to everyone joining us on the Breakfast Rundown with me, Zulfick Farzan. Now the weekend has been full of developments in Sri Lanka's political landscape as we head to the much anticipated presidential election on the 21st of September. Now this is the most crucial presidential election as it is the first ever election after Sri Lanka went into an economic crisis in 2022. Now let's dive into the details. Now let's start off with some developments that happened last night. That's with regard to the Ilangai Tamil Arasu Katchi. Now the Ilangai Tamil Arasu Katchi last afternoon said that its members had decided to back presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa from the Samagi Jana Balawegaya. Now the announcement was made by M.A. Sumandiran President's Council. Now, however, leader of the ITAC, Mavi Senadiraja, has contradicted this announcement. Now let's first have a listen to what M.A. Sumandiran had to say.
The Central Working Committee of the Ilangai Tamil Arasu Katchi met at Vaunia from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. today. We discussed the oncoming presidential election for 5 long hours and have arrived at 3 decisions. First, we have decided not to support Mr. P. Ariyanetharan, who has been described as the Tamil common candidate. Second decision is that we will request Mr. Ariyanetharan to withdraw from contesting the presidential election. Third, Ilangai Tamil Arasu Katchi will support Sajith Premadasa's candidacy at the forthcoming presidential election 2024.
Now, while President's Council M.A. Sumandiran, a member of ITAC, made those comments to the media, ITAC leader Mavi Senadiraja says that he was unaware of the party's decision to support the presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa. Now, he said that he was unable to attend the meeting of the Central Working Committee yesterday as he was unwell. Now, he went on to note that therefore he was unaware of the matters discussed and decisions reached at this meeting. Now, at the same time, President Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is running for president as the independent presidential candidate, has highlighted that other presidential candidates, Sajith Premadasa and Anura Kumara Dissanayake, who previously fled in fear of the economic crisis, now have the opportunity to run for the presidential election due to the economic stability established in the country under his leadership. Now, he emphasized that this leadership has led to the stability and also resulted in proper governance. Now, he criticized Sajith and Anura's call for drastic changes, equating it to burning down the house, and concluded that his success in the upcoming presidential election would be a triumph for the entire country. Now, Wickremesinghe elaborated on the critical circumstances that led to the current political coalition and the stabilization of Sri Lanka's economy. He recounted the severe crisis the country faced 2 years ago, marked by acute shortages of food, fuel and gas, which resulted in long queues and widespread unrest. Now, President Wickremesinghe highlighted the pivotal moment on May 9th when former Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa resigned amidst the escalating chaos. Traditionally, the leader of the opposition would assume the role, but Wickremesinghe noted that no such transition occurred. By nightfall, it became clear that the leader of the opposition had declined the responsibility, and Sarath Fonseca, who had also been approached, had refused to take up leadership as well. Now, in this vacuum of leadership, the former president had reached out to Wickremesinghe, asking him to step in. Now, Wickremesinghe said, accepting the challenge, he took on the responsibility alone. Now, he emphasized that it was through the collective effort of various political representatives who are now standing with him that the country's economy was stabilized, preventing further hardship for families who were struggling to even obtain basic necessities just years ago. Now, Sajith Premadasa is the presidential candidate of the Samagi Jana Balawegaya. Now, he said that he will protect the 22 million citizens of Sri Lanka while upholding the country's rule of law and ensuring there is stability in the country. Now, he also pledged a commitment to eliminate opportunistic politics in Sri Lanka and introduce a mechanism for proper state functioning. Now, he outlined his vision for governance, for system governance that upholds the rule of law and ensures its implementation. Now, Sajith Premadasa stressed that the campaign run by the Samagi Jana Balawegaya to make him the president of the country has received support from various political factions, and all this support is unconditional and based on principles with no promises of benefits to whoever joins the movement. Now, Premadasa highlighted the importance of policy-based governance and the need to strengthen Sri Lanka's economy, social and political landscape. Now, he underscored the significance of a country's relationship with India, noting that economics as well as microeconomics and trade relations are crucial components in the partnership. Now, Anura Kumara Dissanayake is also a presidential candidate. Now, he is running from the National People's Power. Now, he has voiced strong criticism on the current political landscape, highlighting the fragmentation within political camps as the presidential election approaches. Now, he went on to note that traditionally there was one political camp which is now divided into three, and these three camps have now put forward presidential candidates individually. He pointed out the fluidity and shifting alliances within these camps, noting that when Ranil Wickremesinghe becomes the party leader, Sajith Premadasa eventually became deputy leader, and then Mahinda Rajapaksa leading the SLPP with Professor G.L. Peeris becoming the chairman of the SLPP, and then Dr. Harsha De Silva, who was once with Ranil Wickremesinghe, then moving back to Sajith Premadasa. Now, he highlighted these shifts and criticized those movements. And now he also accused these camps of engaging in double standard politics. In contrast, now Anura Kumara Dissanayake also asserted that it is only the National People's Power which is the political force that is delivering a consistent message through the north, south, east and all other parts of the country. Now, so far, independent presidential candidate President Ranil Wickremesinghe has presented his election manifesto. Then NPP leader Anura Kumara Dissanayake has presented his election manifesto, and then SJV's presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa has also presented their election manifestos. Now, these manifestos are available for download on our website www.newsfirst.lk. Now, the SLPP has also put forward a presidential candidate. Now, this candidate is Namal Rajapaksa, the son of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa and the nephew of former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Now, Namal Rajapaksa is set to unveil his election manifesto today in Colombo. Now, in a symbolic gesture, over the weekend, Namal Rajapaksa presented his manifesto to his father, the former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Now, it is expected that Namal's election manifesto will outline his vision and policies for the future of Sri Lanka. Now, as we speak of political parties in Sri Lanka, one political party is the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Now, today is the 73rd anniversary of the SLFP. Now, it is a significant milestone for this political party, which was established on this day in 1951 under the leadership of SWRG Bandaranaike. Known for its centrist stance, the SLFP has played a pivotal role in the nation's political landscape. 5 years after its inception, the SLFP, with the support of the Mahajara Eksa Peramuna, emerged as a formidable force in Sri Lankan politics. In 1956, SWRG Bandaranaike ascended to power as the fourth Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, uniting key societal groups including doctors, teachers, farmers and workers alike. His tenure was marked by the nationalization of businesses and economic centers previously under multinational companies and the designation of Sinhala as the official language. Over the decades, the SLFP with allied left-wing parties have governed Sri Lanka for more than 30 years. Following the establishment of the executive presidential system, the SLFP produced two presidents who collectively held office for 21 long years. The party also led the country in abolishing dominion status and establishing Sri Lanka as a republic. Notably, the SLFP was led for 41 years by the late Sirimavo Bandaranaike, who went on to become the world's first female Prime Minister, further cementing the SLFP's legacy in Sri Lankan politics. Now, as we approach the presidential election, the Election Commission has said that the official polling cards for the upcoming presidential election, slated for the 21st of September, will be handed over to the Department of Posts today. Now, Chairman RMA L. Watnaika said a total of 17,140,354 polling cards will be handed over today for distribution. Now, the chairman also said that the polling cards will be handed over in the presence of the returning officers at the district secretariats. Now, the postal department has indicated that they have set out around 8,000 postal workers for the distribution of these polling cards ahead of the presidential election. Now, additionally, the 8th of September has been designated as a special day for the delivery of the polling cards. Now, at the same time, the Election Commission is also saying that it has received a total of 1,745 complaints ahead of the presidential election. Now, these complaints were recorded from the 31st of July to last afternoon. Now, among the complaints, 1,676 complaints relate to the violation of election laws, while 10 specifically involve acts of violence. Now, in addition to the complaints received by the Election Commission, Sri Lanka Police has also received complaints, and 135 complaints have been received by Sri Lanka Police ahead of the presidential election, and 91 of these complaints relate to the violation of election laws. Now, Sri Lanka Police also said that special security arrangements will be implemented to ensure the safe delivery of the polling cards and the ballot papers for the presidential election as well. Now, police spokesperson DIG Nihal Talduwa confirmed that these security measures will be centered around the district secretariats where election-related activities are set to take place. Now, in a significant move, Sri Lanka Police has also deployed 54,000 police personnel for the security operations for the presidential election. Now, at the same time, the National People's Power has been summoned to the Criminal Investigations Department pertaining to an investigation into a fake letter purportedly issued by presidential candidate Anura Kumar Dissanayake. Now, according to the NPP's media department, the summons follow a complaint that was filed by them last Friday with the CID over the creation of this fake letter using the letterheads of the NPP. Now, the NPP's Sunil Hanunetti will be representing the political movement at the CID this morning. And that brings an end to this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown with me, Zulfick Farzan. But do stay tuned and follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, X, Instagram, as well as YouTube. And all the details will be available on our award-winning website, that's www.newsfirst.lk. Until tomorrow morning, take care and God bless.